Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode, unfortunately, Lockley brought in Psycor and Bester to deal with the telepath that has incited violence already. And with the telepaths that were out and about, I can only imagine what it's going to do to Byron and his people that are bunkered down. But at the same time, Londo and Shakar were able to save Natoth because she had been imprisoned and forgotten about. But thankfully, they were able to do that, even though they weren't, supposed to. They didn't go through legal channels to do it, but it needed to be done. And Sheridan and Delenn were able to put out a fire that these attacks have caused between the races and the Alliance because they're blaming each other. They're being framed. It's trying to, someone we know is trying to break the Alliance apart, and they were able to show them that this was a setup and threaten them that they need to stay in line because they can't just start attacking each other. There is an alliance in place, and especially for the reasons they wanted to do so, being proven that that wasn't really what was happening. They showed great leadership there to hold everything together, but the telepath situation really needs to be addressed, and not just by Lockley on her own. It's getting so bad. This next episode is called Phoenix Rising. That's usually a grand thing, but that usually means from the ashes. Who's going to be the ashes? I don't know, but I guarantee you this is something to do with telepaths. There's no way to avoid what's happening right now. And with Psycor being involved now, there's going to be a lot of ashes. So, yeah, let's get back into it. We don't need more of them.
A few words for those who've just arrived. A colony of rogue telepaths have been unwisely allowed to take up residence here. Fortunately, there seems to be little tactical coordination between the members of Group 2. This should make them easier to bring down.
And what do you mean by bring down?
We should expect some losses on their side. But let's try to keep it.
I think they may be more prepared than you think.
Now that we're here, we'll handle it our way. And our way always works. Because whatever our differences, those rogues are telepaths. And that puts us on the same side. We just have to help them understand that.
Help them understand that. Whoa.
I have a hunch that might be more difficult than you think, Mr. Bester.
Mr. President, sorry to bother you. Well, it's a little late to worry about that now. Byron, I trusted you. I can help, but you have to remove the Cyclops first.
It's over, Byron.
No. There are other ways. Byron, yep.
Sheridan,
What
don't
do you mean,
let
Byron?
Bester run
But
this.
you're not keeping your promises.
Thanks for the help. We were finally opening up a dialogue.
I don't believe in dialogue. Only action. That's what I'm here for. To give you
Send
a
him
progress report on
away.
our activities.
I get the feeling he wants this confrontation.
Of course he does.
Something personal in this for him.
Speaking of personal grudges, you seen or heard of Garibaldi since Bester came on board?
No, I thought you would have heard from him by
Good
now.
question.
You're right. That's what's got me worried.
Fuck him up.
Turn around.
Let's go. I've been waiting for this.
Very slowly.
You won't shoot.
If anybody asks, I'll just say it was self-defense. And there's nobody who loves you enough to even question
That's
it.
so true.
See, the truth is, I don't care if I go up for your murder or not. Not after what you did to me.
I guess you're just going to have to shoot me.
What have you done to me?
Did you make it where he
I
can't
hit
kill
you
you?
with an Asimov. He was a writer long ago who wrote stories about robots. You're blocked at the point of action. But I left your rage intact.
Damn.
Call it counterpoint. Be sure and turn out the lights on your way out.
Oh, he wants to so bad. I get it. I want you to. Well, that doesn't help anything now, does it?
I'm a strong P12.
You were a psycho.
Wow.
Not just a psychop. Bestor's protege.
Oh,
He was training me to be just like him.
interesting.
And I was.
Lock all forward weapons on transport. Prepare to fire.
Sir, they're unarmed. We can't just...
Prepare to fire.
Yeah.
I gave you an order, Byron. Execute the order or face the consequences.
Bester is evil. He's way
Just
more
like
evil than
David's
Byron.
God help me, I pulled the trigger. After all, they were just mundanes.
We may not value our lives, but the mundanes, that's a different question. Captain will never let anything happen to them.
No, don't do
And I think I know
this.
where we can get some. All right, everybody, fall out.
Hostages?
Got a second? Well, yeah, but we're getting a lot of wounded. What do you know about neural blocks? Well, it depends.
Uh-oh.
Close the door!
Oh, shit. The medical bay? This isn't when Garibaldi dies, is it? It better not be.
Try that again. And we'll kill 5 at a time instead of just 1. Get him out.
Ugh, y'all have lost the plot.
You can't trust Byron or his people.
Can't trust him either.
And maybe we could have avoided this if we'd opened negotiations.
This is all very fascinating. But the latest from EarthGov confirms that I still have jurisdiction over the situation. So, until that changes, we'll play it mine.
Someone needs to change that. Expeditiously.
This one. This will do it.
But Byron, how did you get through?
I don't have time. Are they still in there?
Yes. They said no one was to get past me, though.
I'm sure they didn't include me in that, Peter. It's all right.
I've always tried to do the right thing, Byron. Always.
I know.
This isn't gonna work. If you give yourselves up, we could go back. We could talk to the others.
I think this is the setup where he dies. No!
You say you're doing this for a cause. What kind of sympathy are you gonna get by killing innocent people in cold blood?
It is not the policy of the Interstellar Alliance or this station to bargain with terrorists for the
Yeah.
lives of hostages. If we open that door even once, we will never be able to close it
Oh my
again.
god, I can't believe
You
we're
have two
here.
choices. Surrender, or we will use lethal force to bring you down.
Well, wait, look, we can...
Byron? Oh shit.
Garibaldi has been here longer than anyone else in the command structure. Yeah, he came on board with Sinclair. And despite a history of alcohol abuse, despite being shot, stabbed, beaten up, he has survived 5 years in this place.
No, I'm not ready.
I will arrange to have the hostages released, but in exchange, I want to gather all my people together in down below. Talk to them. Bring this to a peaceful end. That means no interference. If your people or Bester interfere, I won't be able to control them.
Deal.
After we've had some time together, I and those directly responsible for the recent violence will surrender.
Deal.
Okay.
This is the only way to end this without further bloodshed. Those responsible for the violence will surrender, and the innocent will leave. The crisis will be over.
I'll order my people and the Psychops to clear out. I'll have a transport tube waiting.
But
at the
will
end of the
they?
hall. We'll program it to take your people back to ground level, but nowhere else.
You speak for the Alliance on a political basis. You don't speak for Earth policies.
We do now. The violence was directed against station personnel. Because of that, we asked EarthGov to transfer jurisdiction. They agreed.
Good.
Both as a gesture of goodwill and to help end this crisis.
You'll get your pound of flesh one way or another.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's gonna do something.
Zach?
Byron gave this to one of my guys to give to you. These are the identicards of those responsible for the violence. They can't get up the station without them. These are the signed confessions of everyone involved.
This is over. Now, if you've got a problem with that, take it up with EarthGov. We don't have time.
He's gonna fuck things up and Garibaldi's still gonna get killed.
Don't go off with strangers, Byron. Don't talk to strangers.
No, I imagine you don't want them to know what you did.
what we did. Don't want them to know how easily we kill their kind.
We're still family, Byron.
Eat shit.
Core is mother.
Core is mother.
His
Core
father.
is father.
It can't be any other way. Tell the others to meet me in Brown 7. We're going in on my signal.
No!
To do, and we're going to do it. Make sure they understand. We're not leaving here without Byron.
What are you trying to pull here, Bester?
Captain, I have a right to these prisoners.
No, you don't.
No, I can't go back. I want you to go back with them.
That's exactly what he wanted.
Danger. Hazardous chemical spill.
Didn't have to end like this.
Hazardous chemical
It still doesn't. Yes, it does.
No,
We
Byron.
can't go back now. There's too much blood. Walk away, Lisa. Do it now. For me, for the others. They won't need you now. If you stay, they win. And we will all come together in a better place. A better place than this. Clear out! Go! Go!
Byron, this is not the way, my dude.
Satisfied, Mr. Bester?
Turn him in. He went against Urko's orders. That was not his jurisdiction.
Hey, Stephen. What's up?
Well, I'm looking for Garibaldi. Since he's never far from trouble, I figured he might be
Right?
around here.
No, I haven't seen him all day. Why?
Byron sent me his memories of contacts, safe houses, resources, secrets.
Get his ass.
I've arranged for each of you to be met and escorted into safety.
ISN has just learned that the main headquarters for the Psi Corps was bombed early this morning by unknown parties. The only clues found at the scene were the words, "Remember Byron," painted on the side of the building.
Why are you drinking? I'm so confused. I thought I knew what happened because, we saw the future and what happened, and I thought they all blew up, or I thought Garibaldi got killed because of that whole standoff. Did something change, or do I just not remember it accurately? The rogue telepath did it to get back at Bester, but also then he took a drink. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, man. Maybe what I didn't see was that he actually got killed then, but this leads to his death later because now he's down a bad path. I don't know. I might need to go back and watch that episode. But wow. Okay, well, this ended horribly, and it didn't have to. And Bester can go to hell. Oh, he's the worst. He's way worse than Byron. Byron was unfortunate. Like, it's just an unfortunate situation. I have a lot of sympathy for him. I don't agree with what he did at the end for sure. And I don't agree with a lot of the things that he did, the methods that he took. But you could always understand where he was coming from. But, I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I would have taken my shot at Bester right then and there. But he was always wanting to be the martyr. Was always going to be his role. And his followers are going to remember him that way. But, he took out a bunch of his people too. I think those were all the ones that were going to get in trouble because they were, a part of the violent acts. But did they all agree to do that? I don't know. Maybe they had some talk in their heads that they were all okay with it. But it really didn't have to go like that. I would have used what I had, which was those secrets about Bester, and gone from there. But, we got his backstory and how he used to be a psychop and his relationship with Bester. Bester is a criminal. And to bring him in as the law, I mean, it's about right. That's usually how it goes. But he needs to be stopped. And Bester did everything to make that go as badly as it did. Oh, so much of that is on him. And it really is so frustrating to see how Sheridan just reacts to Bester and doesn't take a proactive stance against him. kick his ass off. Like, why do y'all just let him linger around to fuck everything up at the end? Make him leave, especially once you got your own jurisdiction going. Y'all know he's bad news. You know it. But Psychor needs to be abolished through official channels. Do what you got to do, but at least, at the very least, a huge investigation, because not only has Bester killed mundanes, but they've also enacted cruelty and inhumane acts against their own people. Even though he's like, oh, love mother, or Cora's mother, Cora's daddy, whatever. Fuck him and fuck their practices. And it needs to be gone. Look, this ruined everything. Bringing Psychor in, like, everything could have been handled so differently. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they left, they got their safe houses. This should have been what Byron did from the jump. It did not have to come to this. Even if he was trying to do right by his people, he ultimately didn't, by so many of them. And I guess Lita's gonna keep singing his gospel, and he will be their martyr. I don't know if it ends here, but this certainly was a tragedy. Did the fact that Bester blocked him, did that really fuck him up in a way that he, like, feels powerless and he's deciding to drink? But also, I'm just surprised he's still alive, because I thought he was about to die there. I thought that's what we had seen. But I can't actually envision exactly how that story played out. I just remember he dies. But it had to have been that situation, because that setup, like the little fires burning, Sheridan on the TV saying we don't negotiate with terrorists, like, that was all what we had seen in that episode. So I don't know if something changed. I would love for something to have changed, because that means things that they can change. And, I really want that for Jakar and Londo in particular, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not what I thought it was. What I saw isn't what I thought I saw. I don't know. But this was just sad, and I'm actually surprised the telepath situation is ostensibly over. I don't think we're going to keep touching on it. Maybe Psychor, but, Byron's dead, and they're leaving. So that's the kind of that's the Vorlon side of it. So now I guess we're going to hit back on the shadow side with these attacks that have been going on, and what Londo's going to be dealing with once that thing attaches itself to him. So I guess that's where the rest of the season is going to go toward. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's all over for the telepaths, because it was such a huge part of the season, and we've still got a little ways to go. So curious. But yeah, I don't feel good about it. It didn't end well. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. They could have all been killed. They could have all been taken by Psychor, and many of them are getting to go free. But it didn't have to go down like that. And Bester is to fucking blame. Fuck Bester. Oh, I want to see him die. I wanted to see him die painfully. I hate him. He is the worst. I just want to wring his little neck. But we'll see where we go from here and what Garibaldi's going to be like going forward. Dr. Franklin said he was worried about him, and I am now worried about him as well. But geez, I wasn't expecting that at all. Just unfortunate. That's really all you can say about this. It just, seeing it all unfold and how many ways it could have gone better. It's so many opportunities where it didn't have to be like this, and it just happened. But Psychor still worse than anything that Byron ever did. I'll die on that hill. Psychor gotta go. Bester for sure gotta go. and I hope we get to see it. So yeah, I don't know where we're going from here, but this was tragic, sad to watch. But yeah, what can you do? So we'll see. We'll see where we'll see now what. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.